Hi everyone, my name is Monica from TaylorMade Cards for You, and today I'm here to share with you a way that I create keepsake cards. Now recently I've been creating some faux Polaroid cards, and I've been creating my own templates. But I came up with an idea of how to create a template using the Sizzix die cut. Now I wish I would have come up with this idea earlier because it was a really pain to create my own template. And I know that there's lots of dies out there where you can create a Polaroid die, but I didn't really have one on hand and I wanted to start creating some of my keepsake cards. But I came up with this idea of how to use this particular die. So to begin, all you need to do is trim down some cardstock and then run it through your Big Shot. And then once you have your die, what you're going to do is you're going to take your tonic scissors and any small scissors that you have, and you're going to actually cut out the slits, because what you want to do is you want to create an opening where you can actually insert a picture. Now, while these dimensions aren't the exact dimensions for a Polaroid picture, they're close enough. And I really like this particular die because it gives me lots of room on the bottom to actually decorate my frame. Now, one of the designs that I've been working on for my Christmas cards this season is to create some keepsake cards. And I've actually been rummaging through some of our old family photos, and I found a really great photo that makes a fantastic Christmas card. Now, if you don't have any of your old vintage photos, there's some great photos out there that you can use. Tim Holtz has some really great vintage paper dolls for the Christmas season, and I'm sure you can create a little scene. But I went ahead and used this particular photo that, again, I dug out from my family photo stash, and I scanned it from my scanner. And then I printed out to use on my Christmas cards. So once I have my image sized perfectly, I went ahead and I used some of my score tape, and I added it along the edges of my faux Polaroid die. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take it and layer it right over my photo. And then once I have it perfectly adhered, I'm going to go ahead and trim it up, and then I'll get ready to add it to my Christmas card. All right, so once I have my photo adhered, again, I went ahead and I trimmed it up, and then I decided I wanted to mat it onto some black cardstock. I really wanted to have my photo pop, and I thought that having the black cardstock frame the Polaroid would be perfect. So I took some quick measurements, and then I went ahead and got out my Tonic Studios guillotine trimmer to go ahead and create a base for my card. Now, as you can see, I did create it a little bit bigger than I had measured, but that really didn't create a problem. I went ahead and adhered it, and then I just trimmed it down a bit. All right, so once I had my photo framed, it was time to decorate. Now, there were a lot of ways I could have gone with this. Now, originally when I created my first Polaroid card with that Santa you see on the top left-hand corner, I did use some of my Sizzix dies, and those would work perfect on this card as well. And that's what gave me the idea to actually use the Photo Pocket die, because it gave me enough room at the bottom to go ahead and die cut some words if I chose to do that. But I decided not to go that way this time around. I decided to use some of my mini Tim Holtz ephemeras to go ahead and decorate the frame up, as well as the Christmas word chips. Now, these little ephemera packs are filled with lots of fun ephemera, and they come in a couple of sizes. I'm actually working with the smaller pieces, which work perfect for my Polaroid frame. And I have so many pieces in here that I could easily create several Christmas cards for my holiday season. So I went ahead and decided to use that Christmas tree to frame the right side of the card, and then I'm using the special delivery label right underneath the picture. And then I decided to actually give it a little bit of dimension and pop it up with some foam tape. Now, there's lots of room at the bottom of this frame, so you can embellish it as much or as little as you want to. I decided to go with 3 pieces, and I added that Christmas tree, the special delivery label, and then I decided to add a little present to go underneath the tree. And then once I had my frame embellished, I did take the back side of this particular cardstock, and I matted my Polaroid picture onto a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of paper. I'm creating an A2 card, so I wanted to leave a little bit of a border. So I decided that I still wanted to add a little bit more color, so I came in with some colorful washi tape to kind of match my paper print, and then I used my ATG gun to adhere my photo. And then once I had it securely onto my cardstock, I was ready to add it onto my card base, which is going to be some white cardstock. But I still wanted to add one more sentiment. I thought that I had some room where my washi tape was. So this is where I came in with my Christmas word chips. And I came in with a saying that just said Merry Christmas. Now the word chips, there's several little sayings inside the packet that you get. So again, you have plenty of items along with your ephemera and your word chips to create several of these cute little Christmas cards. And I guarantee you they will be a hit, especially if you use a family photo to send out to all your relatives. Everybody will just be astonished by your creativity, and it'll be something that they're going to have for years and years to come. Now, I've recently started my Christmas series over on my YouTube channel, and I will link that below. So if you are interested in seeing any of my Christmas cards during the holiday season, I would love for you to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe. All right, everybody, thanks so much, and we'll see you again next time.